So I wanted to put this video together for some of the parents. We're working on a brand new curriculum cycle this month called Moving Mountains. Moving Mountains is all about how to deal with multiple attackers. Now, if you are faced by multiple attackers and they're approaching you in this pattern and you're the defender here and you try to attack anyone from this angle, you're in trouble, because if I attack this guy, these two swarm me. If I attack the middle, these guys take my flank, and same thing if I go to the guy on the right. So what you have to do is you have to line them all up so that you're facing them in this pattern. If you can get this pattern established, now you're actually only in a one-on-one fight, and you just have to go through this attacker, then this attacker, then this attacker. This is the only way to survive a multiple attacker situation. If you can imagine that if I could place myself in a doorway and anybody who wants to attack me has to come to me in this small confined space, I only have to deal with one person at a time. If I was in between two parked cars, it would be the same scenario. Now I've positioned myself, everybody has to come in one line of attack. Now if there's no barriers that you can use for your advantage, then you have to learn how to circle and use footwork to get everybody to line up. And at that moment that everybody lines up, that's when you strike, that's when you do your self-defense technique. But at the same time, you have to be prepared, because you might strike one guy and then they all start to circle you. So if they start to circle, then you have to immediately change that position and go to a new spot. So one of the drills that we do to set this up is we'll have a neutral person that stands in the middle. We'll have an attacker and we'll have a defender. And the attacker can go around the neutral person on either angle, and as they start to go in this direction, you're going to have the defender going in this direction. This way, you're constantly keeping everybody lined up. If you imagine this from a different perspective, you can see how this will start to evolve. Let's say that I have this pattern now, but this person starts to come to this angle and this guy starts to swarm around that way. Now this person must go around this first barrier and put themselves here, so now they're all lined up again. And this multiple attacker situation is constantly moving, doing that circling, getting everybody lined up so that you can strike. So that drill that we do, where we have that neutral person here, the attacker here, and the defender there, is an easy form of developing this habit. Now the next stage that you'll see is that this neutral person will start to wander in different angles. And this makes the defender have to constantly figure out, how is this neutral person moving? I still have to pay attention to my sparring partner, the attacking partner, but I got to keep myself in a safe distance and constantly work this lineup procedure. Then as this evolves, they'll go to a new position where now you're going to have two attackers working against one defender. And now that this defender has learned how to keep their peripheral mindset, their peripheral vision on both of these attackers rather, so that they could be prepared for the multiple attacker situation. Now the kids love this drill. You know, it feels like tag to them. They're running around, they're goofing around, they laugh and they're enjoying themselves, which is absolutely perfect. This is what we want to have them do. But there is a process behind this that is also very important to developing the kinetic chain and the skills needed so that they can defend themselves in a multiple attacker situation. You see, one of the things that makes Competitive Edge unique is we don't just teach the martial arts technique itself. We also teach the mindset that goes with the martial arts technique needed. So for example, if you're in a multiple attacker situation and you treat that like a one-on-one situation where you're competitive, where you're trying to win this match, or if you get hit by one of these attackers and you get that feeling of revenge that you got to get him back, you're going to get swarmed and you're going to get beaten, because you cannot fight multiple attackers with that mindset. That mindset leads to your ruin. What you do need to develop is the headlight mindset. And what that means is you have your focus on what's in front of you. You're aware of the next 30 feet that you have to go. You're aware of the next move or two that you have to do. But you're completely open-minded to how the road is going to be winding and curving and what you have to be doing. You're not trying to change the road. You're not trying to change what the attackers are doing. You're dealing with that as it comes. And the advantage of this mindset, if you could think about this when you're doing any type of goal setting, anything that you're trying to achieve, a lot of times, a lot of times what people will do is they'll say, I have this goal. This is how I want everything to work out. And the second that things don't go that way, they get frustrated and they quit and they give up. Well, if you have the headlight focused mindset, you're prepared for any challenge that's going to be coming your way. You're not trying to dictate to the world, give it to me in this fashion. What you're saying to the world is, give me what you will. and I'm ready to handle it. See, that's the power of the mindset that comes with it, and that's what we do in the mastery training. So what you'll see in the basic is the kinetic chain of side kick, straight punch, and knees, and some of these footwork drills that we do so that they're ready to use these techniques in the multiple attacker situation. In BBT, you're going to see these partner drills where they're going to start developing that footwork so that they can move and change angles. And then in Mastery, it's the journal exercises and the Q&As so that they develop that headlight focus, that headlight mindset that is so important, not just to the multiple attacker scenario, but to really hitting those big goals that you're striving for, like black belt excellence. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a great time training in class. These are some really fun drills. I look forward to seeing you.